Libertarian Party of Delaware, my name is Arvin, and I'm running for president to end the welfare state and end the income tax. I'm also running to repeal the Patriot Act and end the war on drugs. In fact, on my first day, if elected, I will pardon Julian Assange, Edward Snowden, Ross Ulbricht, and all nonviolent drug users, nonviolent drug sellers, even nonviolent drug kingpins. That's people like Ross Ulbricht. I'm going to pardon everyone who's in prison for a weapons charge or a cryptocurrency charge. And I'm going to repeal the Patriot Act. I'm going to get government out of our private lives. And I'm going to end the war on drugs. Because I think that locking people in a cage who are struggling with addiction is morally disgusting. Now, this does draw a very harsh difference between myself and another candidate, Lincoln Chafee. Lincoln Chafee voted for the Patriot Act. He voted in the Senate for the Patriot Act, one of the most disgusting pieces of legislation ever passed by the U.S. legislature, ever signed into law by an American president, that trampled our Fourth Amendment rights, that paved the way for all kinds of abuses, including mass surveillance by the NSA. And I'm going to shut all of that down. I believe in the Fourth Amendment. In fact, I believe in the entire Bill of Rights. When it comes to the drug war, you'll also see a big difference between myself and Lincoln Chafee. When Lincoln Chafee was governor, he refused to pardon all nonviolent drug users and sellers. He had the ability to do so, and he refused to. Now today, he says about the drug war, we need to leave it to the states. Well, let me tell you something. If I saw something as morally reprehensible as our war on drugs happening in another country, I wouldn't say, yeah, whatever they want to do is okay. I will still oppose U.S. military involvement, but I will absolutely speak out against something that disgusting. And if I saw something like that happening in the United States of America, I would speak out against it even more boldly, as I'm doing right now. I'm speaking against a fellow candidate because I believe that what he has done and the positions that he holds are morally incompatible with the principles of liberty. Now, I know there's people who are going to tell you that that our presidential candidate's job is to find some way to fit libertarianism into statist culture. It's logically impossible, and it's politically unstrategic. Because let me tell you one fact. This culture has produced this government. If we knock down this government today, this culture would recreate this exact government tomorrow. If you don't believe me, look at what happened in 2019 during the partial government shutdown. Democrats and Republicans clamored to bring that government back. That tiny little cut, they wanted the whole thing right back. And it wasn't just the politicians. Let's not pretend. It was also the voters. This culture wants this government. If you take away a little bit of this government, this culture demands that you bring it right back. And it's not just Democrats and Republicans. It's us too. The LNC decried that the shutdown was throwing the lives of federal workers into turmoil. I guarantee you this. I'm running for president to throw the lives of federal workers into turmoil. I am going to be shutting down federal departments, laying off federal workers, getting the government out of the way of the profitable and growing private sector. The simple fact is that every time we get rid of one government job, 2 private sector jobs come back in its place. Now, if you want to support my campaign, if you want to help me change this culture to change this government, please join me at votevora.com. If I'm elected, I'm going to use the power of the pardon to set people free and to shut down so much of what the government's doing. But even if I'm just the nominee, I'm going to make sure that every man, woman, and child in America knows about the power that we all have to be partners in chief. And that's the power of jury nullification. Jury nullification brought freedom of the press to America. And we can use it to halt the drug war right now. If you're on a jury and it's a non-crime, just say not guilty. It's our way to halt the drug war and take the power back that belongs to us, the people. My name is Arvin, and I'm running for president to end the welfare state, end the income tax, repeal the Patriot Act, and end the war on drugs.